Hello and welcome to Tick Talk. I'm Robin Swithinbank, a watch critic and editor-in-chief of the Jackal magazine. Today it's my great pleasure to introduce what for me is one of the great watchmaking stories of the last 25 years, that of a brand called NOMOS Glashütte. The company is based in Germany. It's an independent watch company that was born out of the ashes of the GDR. It's become a company that is famous for making in-house watches that are also remarkably affordable for the quality of the product offered. Stylistically, NOMOS Glashütte watches are often referred to as Bauhaus because of the very clear relationship between form and function with these watches. They're quite minimal, they have a Germanic feel to them. But when I first went to visit NOMOS a number of years ago, they were very keen to point out that Bauhaus was the successor to the Deutsche Werkbund. The Deutsche Werkbund was a movement that was founded in the early 20th century by a group of businesses, architects and artists. Their philosophy was to create a very high quality product using very, very high-tech industrial processes, and therefore to be able to deliver a product which had a very affordable price point. So the first watch I picked out is the Tangente 38 Datum. The Tangente has been in the NOMOS collection for 25 years and they very much consider it to be their signature design. In fact, they often refer to it as their brand logo. So much of what makes this watch successful is the fact that there's really not very much to it. It is a very minimal, Spartan piece of design. Part of the glory of it is that when you flip it over, you get a view into this in-house movement, the DUW 4101, which is a hand-wound caliber, and it's beautifully finished. And in a watch with this price point, it really is a wonderful, wonderful execution. This watch, the Metro Neomatik 39 silvercut, is part of NOMOS's At Work collection. The Metro is a slightly larger watch, or at least feels slightly larger, because it has an even thinner bezel than the Tangente and a very, very open dial. This watch you also get these really beautiful, sinewy, syringe-shaped hands. It also has wire loop lugs, which is actually a very vintage aesthetic, but somehow, because of NOMOS's very contemporary, minimal, pared back approach to design, make it feel remarkably modern. And then this is the Orion Neomatik 39. The Orion is also a classic NOMOS design, has been in the collection for years. Generally speaking, I try and avoid sweeping statements when it comes to wristwatches, but this is one of those watches that I always feel I could recommend to just about anyone. This is a watch that's about its design. It has a very, very simple, pared back, clean dial. Its only extravagance, if we can call it that, are its elongated hour markers. And then the last watch which I picked out is the NOMOS Glashütte Zürich Weltzeit. Now, strictly speaking, NOMOS doesn't really do complications or haute horlogerie, but this is a world timer. And if you press the button at 2 o'clock, it will adjust the time to any one of 24 time zones around the world. But beyond that, it's very much a NOMOS watch. It has the same sort of elongated hour and minute hands. The case is slightly thicker because of the complication in the movement, but ostensibly this is a very simple execution of a world timer watch. So when we look at the NOMOS Glashütte collection, I think we see a brand that's totally in control of its design codes. I love the story of the Deutsche Werkbund and the story of producing a very, very high quality watch, but offering it at a much more affordable price, which as far as I'm concerned can only be a good thing.